everyone. Welcome back to another Quick Clips. I'm really excited about this one today because this is an exercise that I think will really help kind of utilizing the rhythm that is in drums to help learn just how to read rhythm in general for a bunch of different instruments. I just did this nice piece of wall art this week, and I'm super proud of it, so I wanted to show it off, even though there's no pictures in the frames yet, so that's why that looks like that, okay? So this exercise, I will say it right off the top of the video, that it is better for younger grades. I think this is a really great exercise for like K1, maybe 2. I use it a lot with students of mine, the younger students, who are starting to learn drum set. So that is where this really shines. But the thing that it's really going to work on is kind of that idea of time going on. And I say that meaning the idea that the rhythm is going like this. And if we miss our note, we've missed it, right? So it's the idea that we have to keep that track going. And in drum set, we're often very repetitive. So this is a way of kind of creating a beat and then using that repetition to kind of solidify meter and solidify sticking with our tempo. So here it is, a little activity that I use to do that. Enjoy. So I call this activity the grid because the way that I see music, and I think the way that a lot of drummers see music, is that almost like a ones and zeros, like a binary. So if we're talking about 16th notes being our grid, then we kind of see the consistent spacing of these evenly put little grid marks, and we're deciding whether we're playing a note in that grid or we're not playing a note in that grid. And that's just kind of how drummers see things, I suppose. In this case, we're going to talk about like an 8th note grid, and we are going to put different sounds in different parts of the grid to kind of come up with our own beats. So the first thing that I like to do is to create the grid, and it looks something like this. So I've divided up this square into 8 equal parts. As you can see, I've made them long and skinny, and that's for a very important reason. If you saw our fun fact video last week, you'll see kind of how we do drum set notation. Similar to any pitched instrument, we put the low sounds at the bottom and we put the higher sounds at the top. So if I were to play something here for drum set, what I would do is I would show hi-hat at the top like this, because that's where our cymbals go. And then I would show snare drum kind of in the middle, like this. And then I would show the bass drums at the bottom, like this. Oh, look at that. I missed that one. Oh, there we go. Had a weird thing go down. Okay, so there it is. So that is our basic rock beat on the drum set, which sounds a little something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what I want to do is kind of take this idea of following an 8th note grid and repeating it over and over again, but we can use different percussive sounds, not necessarily a drum set, but we can use sounds that the kids have access to, or once again, we can use just sounds on our own body, right? So if I take the grid back to basics here, then what we can do is put low sounds, like maybe a stomp or something like that at the bottom. And we can put, I'm just going to put these in randomly. Let's see what happens. And then we can put maybe like clapping sounds up here, something like that. So that just might be a basic pattern. And the idea is it helps the kids because they can actually see the grid, right? They can actually see that there are 8 sections to this grid. So as long as they're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then they're going to be able to lay in their little rhythms. So this one, for example, would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the real key to this, though, the thing that I think is really important for students to work on is that as soon as we hit 8, we go back to 1 without skipping a beat. We don't want to have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, right? We really want to have that consistency, and this is something that helps work on that. Something else that I like to do, or what I should say is you can do, is add in different sounds, right? You can put something even higher, like up here. And now we've got, I don't know, something crazy. The idea is it's fun for the kids to just plug in different sounds and see how it works. And they'll realize pretty quickly, assuming they make a few, they'll realize really quickly why something sounds weird and why something doesn't sound weird. And something that I sometimes do with my students just to really help establish kind of how beat works into this grid is because we have 8th notes and we're more used to quarter notes, is I'll kind of highlight the quarter notes part, right? So that they can kind of see that even though we're in 8, it's still easily divisible by 4, fits 4 sections there, and then they can start to see how these notes line up, right? Like that. But yeah, I just I like this as a foundational kind of first step to looking into music, and that's why it's great for primary students and not intermediate or the older students, right? Because those students will already kind of know how these notes work, and it'll be really easy for them to write a repetitive beat. So there you have it. I hope that helps. Like I showed in the video, it's customizable just like anything I'm showing you. These are just jumping points, right? So take any information you want, omit any information you want, and make it work for your class. If you can find a way to make this work for older grades where it's not kind of talking down to them and the music reading abilities that they already have, then by all means, I'd love to hear how you did it. That would be awesome. And as always, send videos of your students participating. I'd love to see them. If they've written some rhythms that they think I can't even play, I would love to see that too, and I'll do my very best. I love a challenge. All right, and we'll see you next week with another Quick Clips. Thanks, everybody. Bye.